What's up, gamers? We're back. It's another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Shocking, I know. So, Master of the Maze of the Master. I believe it's one of those two. The content reveals have dropped today, and I'm here to talk about the new ODION stuff because was a big fan of trap decks. I think that trap decks are very underrepresented in Yu-Gi-Oh in general. I know we had like Lich Labyrinth, but I'm talking about continuous trap monster decks, right? Lich was really the only playable trap monster deck that we had for a while. You also had Peleos, but they're not continuous traps, right? They were just normal trap monsters that summon themselves as mon. They were just normal trap monsters that summon themselves, unlike the continuous spells. So it's nice to see these Odeon games some support. Leerless Pearly, I will check that out later. I believe Odeon got 8 cards. So let's go through them real quick. Man with the Mark, normal special summon. You take one Temple of the Kings, or one spell or trap that mentions it from your deck and either add to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Great. This is easily a 3 of because you need to get Temple Kings or something that gets to it. He looks really cool, by the way. I just love this. I love like the JoJo thing right here, like the hyper focus. That's great. And while you control Temple of the Kings, this card and Apophis monsters, this is one of the signature monsters that Odeon played in his trap deck. Cannot be destroyed by battle card effects, and Temple of the Kings specifically that you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Pretty good. Really good. This is a really good card. Merciless Scorpion of Serket cannot be normal summoned or set. You have to first special summon this card from your hand by banishing a level 10 higher monster from your hand or deck while you control Temple of the Kings. So, I think you can play Lord of the Heavenly Prison, maybe like 3 of them, banish him, or another level 10 monster. I guess Raw maybe? Was it Raw level 10? Sure, whatever. I don't know. Just banish a random level 10. Right. You can only summon this card once per turn this way. Once per turn during your main phase, add Temple of the Kings or a spell that mentions it from your deck to your hand. Another searcher for the deck. That's fantastic. At the start of the damage step, battles a Moat's monster. You can destroy that monster, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to half of the destroy. So it's just like the OG Serket where it gains attack whenever it destroys something. And it's also a searcher. I think it's great. It's weird that it's a fairy though. Wasn't Serket like a beast? Oh. I mean, hey man, it's fine with me. Anubis, the Last Judge. This was in the promotional art that we got, and he looks cool. I'm sorry, he looks cool. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand or grave while you control. Well, you have 3 or more cards in your graveyard with different names that are Temple of the Kings and/or traps by placing 2 of them on the bottom of the deck in any order. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, add 1 Man of the Mark from your deck to your hand. This is great because this is basically Man of the Mark 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. This spell trap you control is destroyed by card effect. You can target a card your opponent controls, destroy it, and you can only use each effect once per turn. I think he's fine. He's fine. He is essentially the Man of the Mark 4, 5, and 6. I do like this here. 3 cards in your graveyard with different names that are Temple of the Kings and/or traps. Right, because that means you can play a bunch of different traps. I believe he can just summon himself from here, and you can just play. And he is recursion. He helps with the grind gun because you can put 2 traps back or a Temple of the King. Really good. Fusion. Oh, I didn't know we got fusions. Well. Divine Serpent Apophis. You need 2 monsters that mention Temple of the Kings. You can either fusion summon it or contact fuse by attributing 2 Apophis monsters. Once per turn, you can target up to 3 Apophis traps with different names to your graveyard. Set them. You literally just bring back the 2 that you sent to the graveyard. There's the one that came out in Photon Hypernova and they probably just make a new one. So it's probably like the new one that they got and the one from Photon Hypernova. You just bring those 2, set them right back. That's fantastic. And once per turn, the trap is activated, except during the damage step. You can target your opponent controls, destroy it. This is great. This is very good. This card get literally free special, and you bring them the materials right back. That is insane. You can also just. I just realized this is not a hard once per turn. This is an on once per turn. So you can, if you somehow get another 2 Apophis monsters, you can tribute those, summon another Divine Serpent, and then set them again. That's great. Divine Scorpion Beast of Serket. It's a level 6. Ooh. So this card special summon, or at the start of the damage step if this battles an opponent's monster. Target a face of monster opponent controls in the graveyard, banish it, and if you do, this card gains attack equal half of the banished monster's original attack. That's wow, that's Jesus. And then you can make a second attack each battle phase while your level 10 or higher monster is banished. I believe this is a reference when he banished during the duel with Joey. He banished, I believe, Ra, and then got Ra from the Temple of the Kings, and then summoned it, but it's the fake Ra, right? That makes sense. Why it's a level 10 or higher? Yeah, it's Ra. Treasure of the Kings. Ooh, new field spell, and it's a secret, of course. When this card's activated, you set a Apophis trap from your deck. Well, would you look at that? That's pretty good. This card's name becomes Temple of the Kings while in the field zone, and once per turn, if you have 2 more set cards on your field or a trap in your graveyard, you get a monster that mentions Temple of the Kings when you deck to your hand. You can add Anubis, and then Anubis gets a Man of the Mark. This is great. This is fantastic. It's very, very good. Defense of the Temple. Fusion summon 1 Earth Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. If you use a monster you control that mentions Temple of the Kings, you can also use face-up monsters your opponent controls as a material. That's pretty good because Serket needs a monster with 2,500 or less attack. There's quite a lot of monsters out right now that have 2,500 or less attack that your opponent might be on. Duo Drive, Dweller, one of the Malice Links, that's pretty good. Or you can make Divine Serpent Apophis with this, but I think I'd rather just contact fuse it, honestly. I just save the fusion effect for Beast of Serket, because Beast of Serket is probably your other main win condition, because he gets real big, right? My god, he's 3k on a level 6 fusion. Insanity. Ooh, if you control the Temple of the Kings, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add Dangers of the Divine from your deck to your hand. Whoa, Dangers of the Divine. Pay half your life points, then tribute a monster. Special summon the Winged Dragon of Ra from your hand or banishment, ignoring its summoning conditions. You banish Ra with this. Oh, Jesus. You banish Ra and make it attack 4,000 both ways, but it cannot attack. Also, during the end phase of the next turn, return it to the hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, choose 1 Winged Dragon of Ra in your monster zone and send all of the monsters on the field to the graveyard. Please don't play this. This is pretty bad. Even in a dedicated Ra deck, right? I don't even want to play this, because if you can banish Ra, right, and just keep Ra banished. Because why would I ever send all other monsters on the field to graveyard? That sends my monsters too. I want to attack for game. I do not want to. This is also mandatory, by the way. So I do not want to. I don't want to use this. This card looks cool though, but I do not want to use this. Verdict of Anubis. When your opponent activates a spell trap card, or while you control 3 or more other traps and spells, you negate the activation, destroy the card. Then if you control Temple of the Kings, board wipes. It's a counter trap that board wipes and inflicts damage. Whoa, dude, that's pretty good. This is great. This is real great. This is fantastic. Odeon, you're like 7. You're 6 for 7 right now, man. That's pretty good. How many cards are we at? Right. Mana mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 out of 9 is pretty good. What about this last one? Apophis of the Serpent. Continuous trap. We got another Apophis trap. Let's go, dude. Special summon this card as a normal monster. Apophis stats is also trapped. Then you can set a Apophis trap from your deck. You get the other one from Photon Hypernova. Is it Apophis the Swamp Deity? I believe it's called. I believe that's what it's called. You could set him, bring him out, and then the Swamp Deity one is a negate, which is pretty good. And it can be activated this turn. Look at that, man. It can be activated this turn. We need this so much more. We need these so much more on trap monsters. And this card's sent to the graveyard. You can add 1 embodiment of Apophis. I believe that's the OG one. Yeah, that's the OG one. So, I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, it's a 3rd name, right? So it helps to get the fusions out. It's also another continuous trap monster. So Swamp DD, he has a extra target to negate. This is really good. Odeon, you're cooking with this, man. All of this stuff is fantastic. Obviously, this, do not play this. This is like the worst one ever. Mandatory send all monsters to the field to graveyard. That is horrible. Second, Treasure of the Kings is fantastic. Being a Temple of the Kings as well. I wish it was treated as Temple of the Kings in the graveyard as well, because I believe, which one? You. Temple of the Kings. No, you. Right here. Man of the Mark sends it to the graveyard as well. I wish Temple of the King also treated as Temple of the Kings, so that way it just helps with names. But this is a very good deck. This stuff looks very good. I think Trap Monsters might make a real splash. Please don't quote me on that. I don't want to overstate how good these are, but I think they're good enough to make, hey, this is really playable. And remember, Konami always drops a random trap monster that's like really good every 2 years. Like we got a couple, like 2 sets ago, right? Those are really good. So I'm just saying, this stuff's really good. This is a very good counter trap. Rest in peace, Panther Warrior, Gearfried, and a Swordsman of Landstar, by the way. This is unfortunate here. Other than that, everyone, thank you all for watching. See you all next time when I play Blue Eyes and Master Duel. God, why Blue Eyes?